Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Recruiting Board. I'm your host, Grant Sashray. Make sure to follow Ruger Sports Media for any updates or on videos or in podcasts and stuff like that. You can follow us on social media, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And also make sure to like this video and subscribe to Ruger Sports Media's YouTube channel. I'm joined here today with Carmello Brooks of Paetow High School in Katy, Texas. He's a three-star defensive lineman, and he's been a pretty, he's been recruited by some big-time schools all over the country. Carmello, how's it going, my man?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. So what has your offseason been like? Because I know that your phone's been reading like crazy. I'm assuming you got your school is getting ready to start spring ball. So what's it been like so far?
Yeah, it's been very busy. Just been trying to get stronger before the season. Been lifting a lot at school. Been trying to watch my diet. And a lot of coaches, been texting me a lot of DMs on Twitter and stuff like that. Trying to go out different schools and outside of school training. Trying to get better. Before the season.
Mm-hmm. What have you been maxing out so far in the weight room?
I just maxed out my bench at 330. And unfortunately, I didn't have time to squat for squat day, so I didn't get to max out. But we will be maxing out next week, and I'll have some better weight, some better max for you.
Well, what was your most recent max in squats?
My most recent max, I haven't maxed since last year. My last year max was 475, but when I maxed this year, I hit 315 for two.
Okay, I got you. Awesome. So going straight into recruiting, Texas obviously is very high on your list. They are actually one of the first schools that actually offer you, along with Missouri, back in 2022. So what does it mean? And also you said in your tweet that they are actually your dream school. So what does it mean to be offered by your dream school in Texas?
It's really exciting. Humbling also. Because at any given time it could be taken away from you. So, I just try to stay as cool, calm, and collective as I can. And just always, go back and just think about before, they offer, all the work that I was going through and stuff. So, it's really inspiring. Whatever you put your mind to, you can go out and get it, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know that Bo Davis, who was the defensive line coach at Texas, he leaves to go to LSU. Texas brings in Kenny Baker from the NFL to become the new defensive line coach. So, what has your relationship been like with Coach Baker?
Yeah. So when I heard about that, Coach Baker came up to the school a couple weeks ago. I had a little chat with him, but since then I haven't really got to talk much with him. But I have been talking with UT, and they're supposed to be having me up there in April, so I'll be able to talk more with them then.
Mm-hmm. And we had talked a little bit before the episode. You went to go visit UT. What was your visit like?
It was good. The environment is like no other. UT is just Austin is just a different type of environment. The staff there is great. The team there, they got really good chemistry. They all try to be the best they can be. Just they all just try to stay together.
Mm-hmm. And have you met Coach Sark yet, by chance?
Yes, sir. I have.
What's he like?
He's good. Cameras cameras don't really show a side of a coach you really think he is. He's really a good coach. And he's trying to develop the team. I see. Hopefully they can win it all next year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that was a pretty exciting time last year. For a lot of Texas fans and around the state of Texas. Obviously you had Texas make it to the college football playoff last year. They fell just short to Washington, and then also the year before TCU also made it to the college football playoff. They actually went to the national championship game. And it was the first time in over about 15 years that a school from the state of Texas was able to make it to the national championship game.
Right.
So, and I know the reason why I said TCU, started talking about TCU is because they're also one of those schools that I've offered you. And
right.
Yeah, what's been appealing to you about TCU, and what is your relationship like with the staff over there?
Their D line, like you said, they had just made it to the national championship a few years back. They've been really hungry to go back for it. I've been seeing it, just in the season, in the off season, the way they work. When I went to the camps, the way the coaches are during the camps, just the way they're coaching everybody, I can just see it. It's a culture they're built into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and have you gotten a chance to visit there yet?
Actually, I haven't since I've been to the camp. I haven't been during the summer. I haven't been able to go back.
Okay, what was your experience like being a part of the camp over there?
It was great. The college is great. The fields are great. The facilities are great. The coaches are great. They're just it's a small school, so they really try to get after it. They don't want to be doubted.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. And this next school I want to talk about is U of H. Obviously, Katy, you're from Katy, and Katy's about 35 minutes away, really like 30 to 35 minutes west of Houston. And I know Houston's been going after you really hard.
Yeah.
Just based off of your Twitter, it seems like, a good bit of your Twitter posts, regarding visits and stuff like that has been either from Texas and Houston. So what has been appealing to you about Houston, other than the fact that it's not far from home?
Their staff, when Coach Brian Early was there, he showed great energy. He really brought out the D line there. They were top 5 in TFLs, top 5 in sacks. The D line really gets after it over there. And the DC, there's got a new DC too, but the one that just came in from Tulane, he's pretty good too. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. And, kind of like Texas. Texas obviously they're leaving the Big 12 to go to the SEC.
Yeah.
In Houston, last year they recently joined the Big 12. What has been appealing to you about their move and and also not only just them moving to the Big 12, but hiring a guy like Willie Fritz, who's one of the well-respected coaches around college football. I mean, they're making it seems like they're making a huge step. Would you have to agree?
Yeah, I definitely agree. It shows that they're not giving up, even though their staff, a couple players went into the draft or whatever. Their staff is leaving. I just feel like they can just bring somebody else in and keep the same intensity, and still try to go after it as much as they can.
Yeah, and another thing I want to mention is about Houston is I've talked to a good bit of guys, not only from the state of Texas but also from Louisiana, and they've all actually visited Houston. And one of the things that were blown away was their facilities. It seems like they have really nice facilities.
Right.
What's your experience visiting Houston and seeing all those facilities, and how does it compare to the rest of the places you visited?
Yeah, it's definitely different from the places I've been, like UT and A&M and stuff. Because all those other colleges are just now building, indoor facilities, stuff like that for their players. And U of H, they already had that stuff, and they're building even more now. Expanding the stadium, bigger billboards, stuff like that. Megatron, yeah, yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. I got you. And I also saw that your two most recent offers in terms of Power 5 schools were from Arizona State,
Yes, sir.
and Duke. I know you're going to be visiting Duke really soon.
Yes, sir.
what do you hope to get out of this visit to do?
Really see how the players are, see how the staff is, because at the end of the day, D-line coach coaches me, but you still get coached by the whole entire staff. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see how the environment is, how the staff is, how they coach, how the school is, or things in that sort.
Yeah, man. And then, as I mentioned Arizona State before I got to Duke. How did that come to fruition, and what has been appealing to you about Arizona State from everything you and the coaching staff have talked about?
Actually, I don't really know much about Arizona State. I was hoping to go up there soon, later on this spring, maybe April or May. But yeah, they offered me, and I actually was talking to the coach about going up there, but since he has offered, I haven't really been in contact with him. But hopefully, I will get in contact with him, so I will have more information.
Right. So it seemed like they just actually offered you out of nowhere. That was something that you really did not expect at all.
Yes, sir. Definitely, it really was.
Mm-hmm. And I'll say this, even though you don't know much about Arizona State, I do know that they are joining the Big 12.
Yeah.
So has that been a really appealing? Arizona State obviously was a part of the Pac-12, but now since they're joining the Big 12, are they moving much higher into your recruiting list?
Definitely. Yeah, they definitely are because Big 12. Yeah, that's definitely a good conference to play in, and Arizona State is definitely a good team to play in too. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. I got you. And one last school I want to ask you about is Missouri. I know that, well, one of the two last schools I want to ask you about is Missouri. Missouri was actually I believe, if I'm correct, are they the very first school that offered you?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, just making sure. Yeah, so they were the very first school that that offered you. What has your relationship been like with that staff?
I haven't really had much communication with them, if I'm being totally honest. But since Coach Early from U of H has moved there, I've contacted him, and as you can see, we've made some plans for me to get out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
And another school I want to ask you about is Cal. I know that's another school you're planning to visit.
Mm-hmm.
What's your was that kind of another offer that kind of came out of nowhere, or is this somebody you've been talking to for a little while?
Yeah, I was actually telling my coaching staff about California. I think they're a really good football team. I don't think all football teams who have bad seasons are bad teams. So I think they're actually really good program, and they're one of the few programs that have my major.
Mm-hmm. Well, what are you planning on majoring in?
Marine biology.
Gotcha. That's
Yes,
awesome.
sir.
Yeah, and that's a great place to be at.
Yeah.
Especially the Bay Area with
Yes,
they
sir.
have all kinds of stuff in the Pacific Ocean.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but also kind of going off of Cal, like, what do you hope to get out of that visit?
Really, I want to see how their coaching staff is. I want to see how they coach. I want to see if they can develop me as a player. Not just I'll be good in college. Like I want to see if they can develop me into a young man, into a man, who can be successful into life after football. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. So, what's it called? So, in and out's not the thing you really hope to get out of that visit. Am I right?
Yeah.
Are you a big burger person?
Yes, sir. I am. In and out is actually my favorite place to eat at.
Really? Oh,
Yes,
that's right.
sir.
They opened up some places out there in Texas.
Yes, sir.
I got you. Awesome. Okay, so now I want to talk to you about some like, I won't say personal stuff, but like, your attributes and stuff like that. Let's get into that, man. So what would you say are your best attributes?
On the football field?
It could be on or off the field.
I'm really explosive off the ball. I feel like when I get off the ball. I'm very well using my hands, creating separation off the line, causing havoc on the line. I also feel like I have good agility. I'm laterally quick. I don't really let running backs juke me. You know, yeah, I think I'm a very good team player as well. When we're down, as you can see, we didn't have the best season this year, but
Mhm.
I just try to help my team believe that if we keep going, we can win. Like, just never give up.
Right, exactly. And I know that this year's your last year, of course. You're going to your senior season.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and when you become a senior, you kind of take on a different role.
Right.
You're obviously one of the veterans of the team, but you're also going to be seen as one of the leaders of the team. So what adjustments have you made to become the senior leader of one of these senior leaders of your team?
Well, we try to start disciplining our returning varsity players and people from JV. We try to start disciplining them. Getting them to lock in now. So when the season starts, we won't have none of those distractions on the team, none of those cancers. Cancer spreads. So
Mhm.
we don't need no cancers on the team. State championship teams don't have cancers.
Right, exactly. And kind of going off, like you said, you guys didn't really have the best season. What type of, what can you learn from seasons like that?
Just keep fighting. Not every game is expected for somebody to win. And I just learned to like don't always just pray for a game. Because the other team is praying too. You know what I'm saying? Just go out there and work, and whatever the outcome is, you get back in the lab, you get better at it, and then do it again. So hopefully, my team can understand that, and we can get better. Yes, sir. Have a better season.
Exactly. And when I'm watching your highlight tape, because right now, if you're watching on YouTube,
Yeah.
obviously because the podcast can be on both YouTube and Spotify, but
Mm-hmm.
Spotify is all audio. But if you're watching the YouTube video, you can see the his highlight tape and everything like that. One of the things that kind of I noticed what you kind of look like is Ed Oliver. He's from the Houston area.
Yeah.
He actually ended up playing in Houston. Um, so is that somebody you kind of model your game after, or do you model your game after somebody else?
Yeah, I definitely model my game after him. Aaron Donald, Chris Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Some more bigger, athletic interior D linemen in the league. Mm.
And I know we talked about a little bit about your best attributes. I actually forgot to ask you about that after I asked you that question. But what are some things that you've improved on throughout the course of your career, and what things you still need to work on?
Some things I've improved on is my footwork. Getting off the ball. I feel like I've gotten way better at getting off the ball, reading blocks, using my hands. Some things I need to work on. My pad level. You know, always having a motor. Just never giving up when I play. Never. Not saying that I do, but not getting tired even when I am. Oh, sorry.
Are you good?
For showing that I'm tired. In the game. Just being consistent or trying to stay consistent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, man, that's a great answer.
Yes, sir.
And last but not least, what do you like to do off the field? Because I know football, especially in Texas, can be pretty stressful.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you like to do off the field to kind of decompress from everything that's going on the field, but then also with school and everything like that?
Oh well, so far this year, uh, I've been relieving my stress. I've been raising a pig. You know, yes, sir. I've been raising a pig, and I've been meeting a lot of new people. You know, staying to myself, just making friends. I've been at the barn a lot. You know, just walking my pig, trying to get ready for showcases and stuff like that. And that's really, I've just been trying to stay out the way. You know, just do have one or two hobbies, and you know, just work and stay out the way, keep my head down.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm assuming you live on a farm, correct? Because you're
Close
raising
to, close to.
okay, I got you. And like, how did that come about? Because raising a pig, that's a new one for me. I've heard somebody say, "Oh, I have two pet ducks,"
Uh-huh.
but raising a pig is a whole new thing for me.
Yeah. So, like I was talking about marine biology, I really like animals.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know already, but yeah, I really like animals, and can't like raise a pet shark or fish. You know, so I thought a pig would be good, and I thought it would be something just to keep me busy. You know, keep me disciplined because I don't know if you know, but pigs aren't always willing to walk every
Yeah,
day. So,
yeah.
yeah, I just I have to. Some days, I just have to be patient with my pig. Just you know, just try to stay focused as I can. And, do what I got to do.
All right, that's awesome.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. That's Carmello Brooks of Paetow High School in Katy, Texas. I'm your host, Grant Sashray. Make sure to follow Ruguru Sports Media all over social media, and also make sure to like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can also find this episode on Spotify, as I mentioned before. And it's all going to be up there sometime this weekend. Carmel, you can follow me. You can also follow my personal Twitter account. That's under my name right there. And Carmelo's Twitter handle, all that stuff is under his name as well. So make sure you give us both a follow. Carmelo, thanks for joining me, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, have a good weekend.
Yes, sir. You too.